Hi everybody, it's Thursday and the 15th, and in a few hours we'll officially be halfway through the month of October already, and before you know it, we're going to have that countdown clock rolling on to the holidays, as hard as that is to imagine. A lot of folks still just want 2020 over and done with, and I get that too. Perhaps I'm one of them. Thank you all for joining us for this evening's programming. I have a couple of indictments out of several which were returned by the Johnson County Grand Jury earlier today. One, a charge of manslaughter, I do believe, for a Johnson County woman who I believe may have been formerly of Magoffin. We also have your COVID update. A student in the Magoffin County school system among positive cases as of today. Also, the governor announcing another painful day of numbers statewide. And we also have some good news to go out on this evening towards the latter part of the program. Some really good news. A lot of good people. A lot of you, a lot of them as well, helping support our local family resource youth service centers and our kids in the Magoffin County school system. And a lot of other news and information before I leave you for what's going to be a beautiful evening. And I do have some good news weather-wise. The 70s are going to make another run at us next week after all. Yes, we're seeing a little more recovery after this cold spell than what we had thought, and from the 60s to the 70s now for several days in a row next week. I'll get to that in just a few seconds. A couple of road projects to update you on. One, the Mountain Parkway project, some good news. 50% of the good news that a lot of folks who travel to Lexington or in that direction and back and forth daily, weekly, whatever, have been waiting on. The eastbound lanes of the Mountain Parkway between exits 33 and 40 in Powell and Wolfe counties are now reopened. They've made repairs to the sinkhole which developed near the Tunnel Ridge Road overpass at the county line, and one direction, that being the eastbound lanes, have been restored a day ahead of schedule as well. Westbound traffic will continue to be diverted off the parkway at exit 40 and follow the signed detour as it has been now for quite some time. The westbound truck traffic, of course, using a different detour as well. The road is scheduled to be open to travel in both directions still by October the 31st. So just a couple more weeks, hopefully, of what's been an inconvenience for a lot of motorists. And, and as well, we've seen a couple of accidents on those detour routes as well. A small number in regards to the large number of traffic on such small roads. But nevertheless, they're coming along. And the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet is also looking for your input for the proposed Sagersville Sidewalk project. Now, I spoke with our Magoffin County Judge Executive Matt Wireman some months ago when he first learned of the funding to come for this project, and now this project, which is under development, is going to be the subject of public input concerning about 0.6 of a mile of Kentucky Route 40, basically from the red light in downtown Sagersville, just in front of the Your News Today and Superintendent Sagersville Independent Offices, Superintendent of Schools coming up in a few moments, and about 0.6 of a mile out of town. The project would add or improve sidewalks along the roadway between Coal Branch and their courthouse, of course, Conway Street, Will May. The project would add curbs, gutters to along 40 and a lot of other improvements. This is a multi-million-dollar project. There are two alternatives under consideration, both providing a 5-foot wide sidewalk along the south side of 40. The second would add a sidewalk on the north side of 40 along approximately half the distance of the total project. There's been a website established, ky40sagersville.com, to provide information and public input on the project. Visitors will be able to download a brochure explaining the project, take a look at videos, and we'll be bringing you all those here in the program. Time just did not allow today, but you can go to ky40sagersville.com, or of course stay tuned, because in the coming days we'll be focusing on that information here on Your News Today, and it's on that website that you can give your public input and your opinions as to which plan, if any, that they should proceed with. It's going to be a dramatic difference and upgrade to sidewalks in the thoroughfare from right under the red light, like I said, traveling on 40 about 0.6 of a mile out of town. Local headlines begin right after these messages.
Your state representative in the 92nd District is John Blanton, and in the last 4 years, he's been working hard. He's secured over $130 million for the district. In Magoffin County, he continued the funding at a cost of $80 million for the Mountain Parkway, while at the same time bringing water and sewer lines to the city of Salyersville and the much-needed industrial park. Your vote is needed to continue the progress in the 92nd District, paid for by John Blanton.
Go with All Pro and you'll always get a perfectly finished project backed by decades of experience and thousands of satisfied customers. Always with the best prices on everything from small to large remodels, bathrooms to kitchens to entire homes, or turnkey new construction on everything from garages, homes to retail space. And seamless gutters too. And All Pro still offers 0% financing for up to 18 months and long-term low interest rates on those big projects. For an estimate, call this family-owned business today. There is never a good time for a breakdown. They will happen, and your car at some point is going to need some repairs and maintenance. And Black Smoke Performance is open and here with professional, fast, safe service. And they now have certified full air conditioning, diagnostics, and repair to keep you cool in whatever you drive. Black Smoke Performance, 349-8785. We know that life cannot come to a complete standstill because of the pandemic, but we can make sure that you can continue to bank safely and securely by calling either branch of the Sagersville National Bank to schedule any in-lobby services, or by using either of our drive-thrus. Mondays through Fridays, the main drive-thru is open from 8 until 3, and the branch drive-thru is open from 8 until 5, and the branch drive-thru is also open on weekends, Saturdays 8 until noon, with ATMs available 24/7 at both locations. Or by taking advantage of our completely free 24-hour internet banking and bill pay, banking by phone, remote deposit, automatic payment services, and more. Sagersville National Bank, always making your banking easier and safer.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
Turning to COVID-19 in Martin County, Superintendent of Schools Larry James notified the school district today that due to a positive case in the school system, they are going back to virtual learning starting tomorrow. They actually have a positive case reported in the Martin County Middle School, Martin County High School, and Warfield Elementary. Martin County schools are following the health department guidelines there, and will go back to virtual learning. I spoke with our public health director of Magoffin County just a few short moments ago via the telephone, and he confirmed today another positive case in Magoffin County, this positive case as well in the Magoffin County school system. After a number of new cases this week or in the past several days here in Magoffin County, we'll get to the state positivity map in just a few moments. One positive case reported today. This was said to be related to a a Harold Whitaker middle school student. This positive case involving this Magoffin County student is said to be related to several of the cases which stem from, as Shepard put yesterday, related to a number of church services where several individuals were visiting several churches here in Magoffin, in Floyd, and in Johnson counties. We read the blanket advisories yesterday that the Johnson, Magoffin, and Floyd County Health Departments had issued for those respective facilities after positive cases were reported to have been in the audience of all those churches over the past several days, last weekend and before. Nevertheless, when I asked Shepard how this will affect classes in the Magoffin County school system, he said that per contact tracing, they had discovered that there was only 3 students in the classroom with this middle school student and only 1 day this week, and that all were wearing masks and all were properly social distanced at all times, with the positive student quarantining for 14 days and the school system asking the other 2 just to do virtual learning for the next 2 weeks as well, but classes will continue with those exceptions. That new case today brings Magoffin County's total number of cases to 133, and collectively, recent cases have now pushed Magoffin County further into the orange at 16.4. You'll see Floyd's positivity rating at 15.7, Johnson 18.7, Morgan 16.1, Wolf at 12, Breathitt County down in the yellow at 6.8. But you'll also notice several more eastern Kentucky counties in the red at 25% or well above 25%. Pike County at 26.9, Knott at over 35, Clay at 38, Lee at 25, Elliott at 26, Lawrence County nearly 30. And sticking to the subject of the coronavirus and COVID-19, another day in Kentucky, well over 1,000 cases. and a positivity rate essentially inching toward or very close to 5%. It was also one of the most deadly days we have seen thus far.
Today's COVID report is not good news. We keep reiterating that we got to do better and we got to wear masks, and we keep seeing high numbers that highlight how important that is. So today, we're announcing 1,260 new cases of COVID-19. This again makes it one of our highest days, back-to-back days over 1,000. And today, our positivity rate is at 4.94%, which is the highest it's been in about 4 weeks. This is not moving in the right direction. And it's up to us to stop these increases in cases, increases in positivity. We continue to see increases in hospitalization. It's up today to 738 Kentuckians. We continue to see increases in the ICU, up to 192, just 185 yesterday. These are people who are really sick in Kentucky. And we have 92 currently on a ventilator. That's down, but that's not always for a good reason. So please pray for their families and know that this virus is everywhere. It's hitting Western Kentucky especially hard right now. In our new cases by counties, there are 11 Western Kentucky counties with double-digit cases.
Of those 1,260 cases, 168 were in kids 18 and under, 29 in kids 5 and under, the youngest 5 months of age. 20 new deaths reported today, bringing Kentucky's total to 1,296 lost to the virus. The youngest of those 20, reportedly a 49-year-old woman from Henderson County. There was also a Knott County resident among today's deaths. It's one of the most popular and most famous things we've ever done at your Sayersville Lee's. Well, except for our chicken and our biscuits and our wedges and our ice and our hot dogs, and well, you know what I mean. The $5 coupon is back in this week's edition of the Sayersville Independent. That's $5 off family specials. That's 16 or 20 pieces of chicken, any way you like it, with mashed potatoes and gravy, coleslaw, and biscuits, enough to feed the fam and more. $5 off. Clip the coupon. They'll even give it to you for free in a free newspaper at your Sayersville Lee's famous recipe. $5 off is back.
Hello, Bob Hutcherson here for Hutch Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paintsville. We have big news. Our credit rebuilding program can put you in a nicer, newer vehicle today. Get 0% financing for 84 months on 2020 Ram trucks. Slow credit, bad credit, or no credit, we can get you approved. 0% for 72 months on the Jeep Compass. And it all comes with the Hutch Guarantee.
Go to Conley Tire in Staffordsville or conleytire.net right now and get $200 back on a new set of Goodyears, $100 on new Generals, Coopers, Bridgestones, and Mickey Thompsons, all with the smoothest balancing Snap-on has to offer. And if your ride has a light on, let their state-of-the-art Zeus diagnostic machine figure it out for only $35 at Conley Tire. Same 6 decades of experience, same undivided dedication and focus on winning your case. New location. The law offices of McFarland and Tinker are now located on Route 114 in the former McGoffin Farm Bureau location. Motor vehicle accidents, Social Security disability, SSI claims, wrongful death and workers' compensation and work injury cases. Call 349-9000. McFarland and Tinker. Nearly everything today is about being safe and well, and Parkway Pharmacy has 2 great ways to get your prescriptions quickly, safely, and conveniently. Simply pull up curbside and call and let them know you're there, or circle around the building and drive through. And just in, a fresh inventory of Atalo, premium CBD oil and cream products for managing pain, anxiety, depression, rest, digestion, and more. All at Parkway Pharmacy in Salyersville. The sitting Johnson County Grand Jury returned numerous indictments today. I have not had time to go through all of those. I do have 2 that we're reporting on this evening. One returned in the name of the following woman for manslaughter after a man was killed by gunfire earlier this year. The grand jury returning an indictment of manslaughter in the first degree against 45-year-old Vanessa Morton of Staffordsville, saying that acting under the influence of extreme emotional disturbance, she committed the offense of manslaughter in the first degree by causing serious physical injury to Christopher Downs by shooting him, which resulted in his death. Going back to when this incident actually took place in March, my records then indicate that Downs was shot at the home that he and Morton shared. I believe they were married, and that he died at a medical facility after being taken from the scene. It was from at least one gunshot wound, with police reports at the time indicating that Morton was the one that called 911. She turned herself in to authorities at the Big Sandy Jail earlier this afternoon. Another of those indictments returned today by the Johnson County Grand Jury was the name of Chelsea M. Hall or Hill, with an address of Leander. Big Sandy Jail records also had her as formerly of Sayersville here in Magoffin County. Chelsea M. Hall Hill allegedly committed the offense of intent to defraud or scheme by obtaining benefits over $10,000 by actually obtaining benefits in a total amount which she was not entitled to, fraudulently collecting more than $44,275.50. We have more news, good news, to follow. It follows tonight's community calendar and other announcements. First, a reminder, Royalton's Walnut Festival, the second annual Walnut Festival, is this Saturday at the Civil War Park next to South Magoffin Elementary, just about 3 miles out of Royalton. The Midnight Promise, and a lot of other local entertainers as well. Nathan and Chessie Arnott, live music, food, arts, crafts, all kinds of vendors. It all starts at 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, this Saturday, for Royalton's second annual Walnut Festival. A lot of fun, a lot of food, a lot of things to come and see and enjoy the day. Going on to other calendar announcements, just a couple of quick reminders before we go on. That being that Halloween is ready for you at the Gardner Farm. Decorations are up, lights are on nightly, daily, whatever you want to say, 4 to 10. Please stay in your vehicle because of the pandemic, but stop by the Gardner Farm for Halloween. It is a wonderful sight to see, certainly one that will put you in the mood for Halloween. Medicare open enrollment starts today, and Big Sandy Ad has SHIP counselors there to help you with Medicaid, Medicare assistance. Call them on the phone, as of course per the pandemic, at 886-2374 or 800-737-2723. That's 8 till 4:30. Also this Saturday, the Magoffin County Youth Baseball Softball Horse Show at the Horse Park. The Magoffin Horse Park, that is, starts at 2. Kids 12 and under get in free. Everybody else, $3 to get in. They'll have food and a lot of fun. And the DAR, our local chapter of the DAR, still trying to reach out to all veterans of the Vietnam War to honor and recognize them. And if you would, call Pam Wages at 349-1005, Wednesdays and Thursday afternoons. And call me whenever you got a calendar announcement, birthday or anniversary. And if you've got one you want in the newspaper, send it to Joe, J-O, at SagersvilleIndependent.com. Nightly calendar announcements here brought to you by Magoffin Farm Bureau, while nightly obituaries are provided as a service on behalf of the Magoffin County Funeral Home. And turning to those services, private family services are going to be held this weekend for 69-year-old Larry O'Patrick of Sayersville, who passed away on Wednesday, survived by his mother, Marie Patrick, as well as his wife, Angela Ray Adams Patrick, son, Mitchell Patrick, daughter, Andrea Burnett, 7 brothers, Benny, Brent, Scott, Kevin Patrick, Randy Cameron, Darrell Patrick, Noah Patrick, sisters Linda Arnott, Debbie Patrick, Mona Ritchie, Trina McCarty, and brother-in-law Wesley Adams. Private services again this Saturday. And 93-year-old Robert Atkins of Sayersville passed away on today's date. Arrangements incomplete at this hour, but to be announced soon by the Magoffin County Funeral Home.
We know a lot about these parts. We know to get what you need to climb the gorge, you go to Miguel's, and afterwards you come back for a slice of their famous pizza. We know a great place for a relaxing weekend at the lake is in Paintsville. We know if you have a sweet tooth, you can't pass up a cone at Freezer Fresh Dairy in West Liberty. And we know if it's Friday night in the mountains, we'll be at the football field cheering on the home team. We know because we proudly serve these areas with the power to connect us all. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Your state representative in the 92nd District is John Blanton, and in the last 4 years, he's been working hard. He's secured over $130 million for the district. In Magoffin County, he continued the funding at a cost of $80 million for the Mountain Parkway, while at the same time bringing water and sewer lines to the city of Salyersville and the much-needed industrial park. Your vote is needed to continue the progress in the 92nd District, paid for by John Blanton.
It's hard to describe the t-shirt lines and looks in right now at the seasonal shop, but I'm going to try. 2 of them are made right here in KY, Ridge and Holler, because, in Kentucky, you're always in one or the other, and both are always beautiful. Just check these designs out. The other is Yonder, and it's made in Pikeville, and it's just as cool and creative and all Kentucky. Definitely something there to appeal to everyone. And the ever-popular Turn Row brand, also at the seasonal shop for all fans of anything farming. And you can come into the shop and experience the magic of perfectly chilled drinks. For regular and slim cans, regular or even wine bottles, cups, and more. It's the Cadillac of koozies by Brewmate. All colors and styles in stock right now at Fraser's Prater Drugs seasonal shop.
Hello, Bob Hutcherson here for Hutch Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paintsville. We have big news. Our credit rebuilding program can put you in a nicer, newer vehicle today. Get 0% financing for 84 months on 2020 Ram trucks. Slow credit, bad credit, or no credit. We can get you approved and save over $3,000 on the Chrysler Pacifica. And it all comes with the Hutch Guarantee.
He says it was about 7-8 years ago when somebody at the Sagersville Masonic Lodge came up with the idea of doing a coat drive, Coats for Kids, a fundraiser. And they passed the hat, says Paul Gumby Montgomery, and the Masons raised about $400 that year. And they did it again the next year, and they raised a little more. And then Montgomery ran with it, and then the county and community followed, and they have every year since. And yesterday, Magoffin County's Family Resource Youth Service Center directors all accompanied Montgomery, taking $11,000 that was raised in just a matter of a few short days and weeks by the lodge and Montgomery to buy carloads of coats and clothing for a great number of great Magoffin County kids.
And you can't say enough about them. They're very organized. They got their lists. They know their sizes. You're in and out there in an hour. They know what to get, and so we had 105 kids this year. Each kid gets $100 spent on them, and they get a pair of pants, a coat, or if they got a coat, they get a hoodie, socks, underwear, and a pair of shoes. And cut a deal with the rack room in Pikeville, and actually this time we got $6,500 worth of shoes for $4,000, and $4,070 to be exact. And then I cut a deal with Walmart, get a good break from them. And Greg Sayers, which is a member of our lodge, he's a manager at Paintsville Walmart. We lean on him pretty heavy. And so we got a good deal from them. And it's just mushroomed throughout the years, and it's total $11,000 what we come up this year, and it's just total, just the community. $20 here, $50 there, $100 there, $10. A little kid come up and give me $2 one day and said, "Here, I'm gonna do this for Coats for Kids." How do you keep your money? No, okay, So it's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's very God blessing.
And keep in mind, and if you've been watching Your News Today and following and reading in the Sagersville Independent, you already know. But Paul Montgomery, with the help of 2 anonymous donors, raised $5,500 for new school shoes right before school started. And then, of course, that's $6,000 to buy 600 fans to help keep kids cool in Operation Cool Kids just weeks ago. And now another $11,000, plus all the years before, is all staggering.
And then this, Coach for Kids, so somewhere in the neighborhood of 50,000 this year, somewhere in that neighborhood, which is, yeah, it's every bit of that. It's quite unbelievable. And I had a man call me last night. He said he's transplanted in McGoffin County and in Florida. And he said, man, I forgot to send you some money for your Coach for Kids. But he said, I just seen you already got your shopping done and stuff. He said, I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to send you $500. And I want you to go buy it up in blankets and quilts and give it to the kids at school. And I said, well, you sure? He said, yeah. And I said, okay, Brother Sender, I will do it if you want. Is that what you want to do? So I called Greg again last night, and they're getting that set up for me and getting it good little blanket and pillow, so I'll be taking them to the schools here next week sometime.
And, you know, this most recent $11,000 at any time would be a huge lift to our Family Resource Youth Service Centers in our 5 schools here in McGoffin County. And, of course, a lift to our kids as a result. But during a pandemic, now of all times, and on the heels of all these other multi-$1,000 fundraisers, nothing short of amazing.
You mentioned our family resource centers. The goal is that they build this relationship with families and try to provide some additional assistance to those families. But with the budgets the way they are in Frankfort and the cuts that's been made, the assistance and the help that the Masonic Lodge, along with the various members, and Mr. Montgomery's taken a lead role in the last couple of years on that, has been tremendous help to our families, to our students, and provided our family resource directors some access to materials that they wouldn't be able to do otherwise.
And, you know, to his credit and that of the Lodge and all those who helped donate, it is just astounding to me, certainly given any time, but given this particular economic climate and situation, that we're talking about tens of thousands of dollars, and largely not from businesses, not completely, but largely from private individuals. And I want to say largely as well, many of them coming to knock on his door once they hear about his efforts.
The Sonic Lodge stuff and the people that have donated, they've done a lot of it just small donations, large donations, and a lot of businesses have helped. But during this time here, it's just tremendous to see the dollar amount plus the items that they were able to do. You know, I don't want to take anything away from any group that's done a lot of things. We had a group that provided shoes for a number of years. If you recall, before school starts, they would use the high school, and that was a great organization. But speaking on the Masonic Lodge and Mr. Montgomery's behalf, this past year they weren't able to do the shoe giveaway, so they've raised some money up this year, and they've been able to provide, I think it's 20 pairs of shoes at each of our schools for students in need. And over the years, they bought fans this past summer for families that needed something and that didn't have air conditioning or wasn't able to get a fan or something. They provided fans for those households. Bicycles for students' attendance, clothes, coats. They do a coat drive every winter and give away numerous amounts of coats. So it's been tremendous what they've been able to do, and our students actually benefit greatly from this.
That, indeed, they certainly do. We also wish to thank again and recognize our Family Resource Youth Service Center directors, Carrie Allen, Alice Adams, Michael Helton, Devin Helton, and Joanne Crace. And, of course, the man behind it all, our very well-known and much respected local philanthropist, Paul Gumby Montgomery. With my question to him, well, what are you going to work on next?
That's pretty much it. It's Christmas time, and you know, everybody out here, we've aggravated them to death for money, and we'll start back up something in the spring, I'm quite sure. But it's, you know, it's holidays, Christmas stuff's coming up on us, and you know, everybody's got bills to pay, and we'll just kind of take it easy. But we're a little fun setbacks, emergencies or something, you know. So that's basically it for through the lodge.
Now, I want you to back up and notice at the end of that interview when I asked Montgomery what was next, and he said, well, as for the lodge, nothing. But on his own part, something big. It will involve some fundraising. It also involves a project and some people who are very near and dear to his heart. and a wonderful service that it will provide to our community. I've already got that interview ready, just not ready to air tonight. We'll be sure to share that with you, though, very, very soon. Let me share your Licking Valley RACC outlook with you at this hour. Yeah, tomorrow, nothing like today. But there are days like today, pretty close to it, in the forecast ahead. Real quickly, an unscheduled update before I go on to your weather forecast. I just received word literally a few seconds ago about additional cases. At the start of the program, I updated you on one new Magafa County case of the coronavirus today that was said to be in a middle school student, which was related to church services which had taken place over the weekend and late last week here at Magafa County Church, as well as affecting other churches in Floyd and Johnson counties. Our public health director and Mayor Pete Shepard just notified me that there were in the past few moments another 3 confirmed cases reported today by the State Department of Health. I have no new details or information about those 3 additional cases at this hour, just to say that puts us at a total of 4 cases reported today. We'll have an update on tomorrow's program. Now for your Licking Valley RACC outlook, which has us looking at right around 45 degrees for nighttime lows. Clouds are going to be on the increase, and showers are coming part of a front that's really going to make it feel different tomorrow. We have a 60% chance of some showers after 1 o'clock in the morning, and winds kicking up out of the northwest, anywhere from 5 to 10 on average, up to 22 mile per hour gusts throughout the evening as well. So keep that in mind, a 60% chance of showers, hopefully after you're fast asleep, and northwesterly winds accompanying them, and about a 45-degree low. The showers are out of here, and there might be a few lingering in the early morning hours tomorrow, and then we're going to see the sun take over, only warming us up, though, to about 56 degrees for daytime highs tomorrow. Yeah, dramatic change, about 20-degree difference. 31 for the low tomorrow night. That means frost. That means a good frost. That means any flowers, vegetation you're trying to hold on to, you might want to make some arrangements to try to do just that. That frost will be sticking around well into your Saturday morning, where temperatures will get back just barely above 60 at 61 and 37 for the low. Another frosty night ahead, with sunshine and mostly clear skies across the board for your Saturday. Ditto for your Sunday, some frost in the morning, hitting the upper 60s at 67. Nighttime lows rebound well into the upper 40s. Frost to start off your Sunday as well. Sunny skies and then cloudy skies at night, mostly cloudy, out and ahead of a slight skiff of some showers, a slight chance of some showers Monday, brief chance. And that puts us in the upper 60s, partly sunny skies, and then we rebound after that quite nicely. 72 Tuesday, 73 Wednesday, 74 Thursday, pretty easy math there. Partly to mostly sunny skies and dry for several days in a row. I'm hoping that pattern, temperatures, and sunshine continues to roll right on through the weekend. We'll see. That's it. Enjoy the beautiful end of a beautiful Thursday, and we'll see you back here next time. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good night.